Art is just one of the many things that allow Seth to express himself freely. And because of that, I am also able to get to know Seth even more. I am able to understand how he views his surroundings. And that is the beauty of art. And that to me is something that you cannot quantify or qualify. Art is a limitless expression of the mind. Its anatomy is infinite. It is an articulation of different emotions and ideas. Some are spawned from sadness,
to be or not to be, that is the question.
some from joy, probably from excitement. But best of all, from love. Art is everywhere. It chooses no age, religion, nor condition.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow.
I've been to so many places in my life and time.
This is actually our home activity for today. We're gonna do a virtual paint party and we're gonna paint cherry blossoms, me and Seth. And we're gonna do this in a bit, so just stay tuned.
I'm gonna buy a cat.
Side here. You want to make sure you got all the bristles kind of lined up. And we're going to use that thin edge to go all the way across our canvas. If you don't have a lot of paint there, again, it's good to start light. Got our two vertical white lines here with the #1 brush. I'm going to add a little more paint to mine just so you can see it a little bit more. And then brown and blue. roughly equal parts, just to get us started.
Brown.
So white, brown, and blue is gonna make terrible lighting, but you kind of got this little,
blue,
almost like a turquoise, like a dark turquoise color, maybe kind of gray blue going on. That's gonna be as dark as we go. Again, feel free to adjust the color if you don't love this.
Alright, so after 3 hours of virtual paint party, we're finally done, and this is Seth's final work. And I must say, it's really not bad at all. And this is my final work. His artistic interpretation is more unconventional than my piece of art. So I'm glad that we were able to do this and finish the activity together, because not only was this a great bonding experience for both Seth and I, but I was also able to, understand him more, peek through his beautiful mind, how he thinks and how he visualizes things. This is just a great example that not everyone looks at things in the same manner. People think differently, and as you can see, Seth is more of an abstract thinker. He's not too detail oriented, because if he was, he would have had this. So Seth had a different artistic interpretation in his head, and he translated it beautifully onto this canvas. And this just goes to show that everyone is different, and not because it's done in the most unconventional way doesn't mean it's not beautiful. And art is just one of the many things that allow Seth to express himself freely. And because of that, I am also able to get to know Seth even more. I am able to understand how he views his surroundings. And that is the beauty of art. And that to me is something that you cannot quantify or qualify, because autism is really an enigma. And for me, I needed to look for many ways to understand how Seth thinks, because through his artistic expression that he can tell his story in a way only he can. And not everything can be expressed in words. This kind of reminds me a few years ago when he lined up all his blocks on the floor. So when Seth started using his words, he said that it was alphabeti. It was astonishing. It was then that I realized how creative he truly is in his very non-typical way. So basically, he lined up the blocks to make his own interpretation and representation of the housing community where we live. And again, that was another enlightening moment for me. Not because he doesn't, normally stack up the blocks the way a typical kid would do it. Doesn't mean that he doesn't have his own imagination, he doesn't have his own creativity. He does. The way he absorbs information from his surrounding is represented differently. And art really has a big role, an essential role to play, because through art we are able to understand how he absorbed different information from his surrounding and makes a connection in a wider angle. And I guess, Picasso was right all along. He said that every child is an artist, and that's because children have the ability to express their emotions through art in the purest, most unfiltered manner. And not because it's not your style, and not because it looks different from yours doesn't mean it's not art. So thank you again for watching another episode of Autism Diaries by Seth. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and let me know how creative your child is by commenting down below. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Autism Diaries by Seth, like us on Facebook at Autism Diaries by Seth. See you again on our next episode. Bye!
Thanks for watching!